All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So in this video, I want to talk about Classic Physique, specifically the 2019 Classic Physique Olympia, and a guy that I think took a lot of people by surprise, and that is Chen Kang, better known as Branch Chen on Instagram. A lot of people were sharing his photos and videos prior to the Olympia, but Chen Kang actually wound up in the top 5 at this year's Classic Physique Olympia, placing 5th behind Keon Pearson in 4th, George Peterson in 3rd, Breon Ainsley in 2nd, and your new Mr. Olympia, Chris Bumstead, in 1st. Now, Chen Kang is a bodybuilder from China, so he's a little bit lesser known over here in the States. And in the videos on Instagram, he was becoming really popular because of his quad development. He has really big legs, especially from the front, and he has really good proportions as well. You could say pretty classic proportions. And he had a pretty interesting and unique posing routine here. Now, I think he's got a very aesthetic physique. He's got great lines. I think he's got tremendous potential in the classic physique division. And the reason why I say that is because A, I think he could definitely add some more size. And B, as conditioned as we've seen him on Instagram and as conditioned as he was here, I think he could come in a lot sharper and a lot tighter from a conditioning standpoint than what we're seeing here. To me, he doesn't look as dry as he could be. He looks a little bit watery. It looks like there's almost kind of a film of water on his skin. His conditioning here is still good, but it's not great. And the reason why I say he's got so much potential is if you can imagine a physique like this coming in absolutely shredded to the bone, this guy would be a very dangerous contender in the classic physique division if he could place 5th with the conditioning that he brought to the 2019 Olympia. Imagine how much higher he could place with better conditioning. Because I had seen all the photos and videos of this guy on Instagram when everybody was talking about him kind of being the next, classic guy because his proportions were so insane. But I was like, okay, let's wait until we actually see this guy on stage and how he actually looks on stage compared to how he looks on Instagram. And, surprise, surprise, he actually took top 5 at the 2019 Mr. Olympia. So he's not just a social media guy. He's not just a guy that looks impressive with filters on Instagram. He actually came to the Olympia and took top 5. So this guy is a serious contender. Now, again, I think the conditioning was an issue. I think he needs a little bit more width and a little bit more thickness through the back. Some of the back shots, to me, looked a little bit narrow. Now, granted, the camera angle, the camera work here at the Olympia was kind of weird. They had a lot of zooming and panning shots, and they would then come in on the side. So it's kind of hard to really tell from the video of his posing routine at the Olympia how good he looked because they kept changing up the camera angle. I would have preferred to see just a straight on view, especially of the front shots, because it seemed like during a lot of the front shots, they changed the camera. And it's kind of hard to see exactly how he looks. But I was very impressed with his performance at the 2019 Mr. Olympia. And again, I think he took a lot of people by surprise. Nobody was really talking about this guy going into the Olympia. I didn't have him in my predictions. Most people didn't have him in their predictions. And a lot of people just didn't know about this guy prior to the Olympia. And I think now he's going to be on a lot of people's radars in the future because he's proven that he's a serious contender. Top 5 at his first Olympia ever. And he looked phenomenal, but I do think, again, he could look a lot better from a conditioning standpoint. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about Chen Kang and his performance at the 2019 Mr. Olympia. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And as always, Nick Strength and Power, signing out.